Alright boys, today we're going to be ranking every single character in Injustice 2 Mobile. There's more than 90 characters, alright? I'm going to say that up front because I know a lot of you guys are going to find mistakes throughout the video. Maybe you see that I rank one character a little bit different from another character, even though they're kind of the same thing. There's 90 characters, alright? I'm bound to make a mistake somewhere, but I already pretty much have my mind set up on where characters are in their tier list. And to be fair, the top 6 teams are really the only teams that matter. But anyways, huge shout out to Sigvald the Grim. He gave us this really cool layout for the tier list maker. So that way, if you want to make your own tier list, you don't have to crop any of the pictures. They're already cropped and the tiers are already set up. His tier list had 2 different tiers. So he had, I think, SS tier and Raven tier. I'm going to take those off. I don't like bending the rules for the way that the game is played. Most people just do S, A, B, C, D, F. So that's what I'm going to go with. I don't want to complicate any of the tiers. With that being said, let's start the video. So first of all, we're going to talk about AAA batteries, baby. I know a lot of you guys want me to do the meme with, you know, me talking about AAA batteries and how good the character is. I'm going to put him at the B tier. Now, look, I might be a little bit biased because I really do like this character, but here's my thought process. There's a lot of bad characters in the game. A lot of them, especially for a new player. This is definitely not one of them. You got Armor Pierce on the Special 1, you got Dot Damage and Power Drain on the Special 2, and you're going to be healing up your entire team. This is really good for Arena, not necessarily that great for Raids, but for a beginner, this is definitely a good character that you can get, you know? There's a lot of characters that are going to suck to progress with. This is not going to be one of them. So I'm going to put him in the B tier. Not the best character in the game, but still pretty good. Ace Green Arrow. I'm also going to put him in the B tier just because I find his passive to be really fun. He doesn't really do that much damage. He's not really useful in that many areas for raids. But I do like his passive, and I'm a really big sucker for support characters that work in any team. So I'm going to put him in the B tier. For Arkham Knight Batman, I'm gonna put him in the A tier for right now, just because he used to be really good with Heartbreak or Harley Quinn and EPI because of his special 2. It can stun any boss even if they're stun resistant. But the problem now is that Raven is mainly used with Heartbreak or Harley Quinn and EPI. So maybe like 2 months ago, I would have put Arkham Knight Batman in the S tier, but right now I'm gonna put him in the A tier. He's still an amazing character. He's still top 6, you know, team type of character, so you definitely want to try to get him. For Armored Superman, I'm going to put him at the C tier, bro. Alright, look, man, I really don't like this character. He gives you a little bit of defense, and he takes one special ability without taking damage. Big whoop. Injustice 2 Superman and Injustice 1 would do that every single time he tagged in, you know? So this character is a big downgrade from the Injustice 1 version. But a lot of people like to tell me that he's a good character for noobs, so I'm just going to put him in the C tier just to make people happy. But if it was up to me, I would put him in the D tier. He also has a reflective shield, but you guys know I'm not a big fan of reflective shields either. I think they're way too noobish. But either way, C tier is going to be where he's at. The next character is going to be Atrocitus. Again, I'm a sucker for support characters that work for any team. My boy Atrocitus is one of those characters. I probably should have said this in the beginning of the video, but I'm not ranking characters throughout the list either, you know, so I'm not trying to say that Atrocitus is worse than Aquaman. I'm just going to be going by the way that these cards are already set up. But from these 3 characters, I think Atrocitus would be my favorite one, just because he's really diverse and he works for any team, and I like the fact that you can get that reflective shield from a tag-in. It's a little bit more fair since you don't get it for free off of just using a special 2. He also has Power Drain, which is really, or Power Steal, which is really good. And again, he works for any team. So I'm going to put him in the B tier. Not necessarily a character you need, but still a fun character. I think the B tier list, the B tier area should be for characters that are fun. So Atrocitus is definitely up there. Black Adam. This one's a little bit more complicated. I don't know if I want to put him in the B tier or the A tier. I'm going to put him in the B tier just because this character is kind of a pain to use, depending on who you are. Most people like to build him as a glass cannon so he can do the majority amount of damage, but he's still not a top 6 damage dealing character. So I feel like for the struggle of doing a little bit of damage, but then you might worry that he's going to die, it's not really a good payout, but I mean, he does do more damage than most characters. So I'm going to put him in the B tier. Not the best damage dealer, not top 6. He's a little bit wonky, he's a little flimsy, but if you want to build him, it's not going to be the worst decision in your life. The next character we're going to move to is going to be Bane. I'm going to put Bane in the A tier. Maybe I should put him in the B tier. I'm going to put him in the B tier. I like Bane. I do. I like Bane. He's a lot better than Silver Batman. Silver Batman is a little overrated. Bane does everything he does, but way better. He's got more crit chance and basic attack damage, which is really good. He's also a pretty good damage dealer for a silver character. But the problem is that if you want to build the character, he's a silver character. So you're not going to be able to get raid drops for this character, which means that it's going to take a little bit longer to build him. And you're still not going to be breaking any records. I mean, you're going to be doing good in T6, which I know some people care about, but I mean, this is 2021, bro. T6 is not really that impressive anymore. So I'm going to put him in the B tier list. Anyways, the next character we're going to look at is going to be Last Laugh Joker. This is definitely one of the best damage dealers in the entire game. He's a little bit of a hard character to get, especially since you need EPI, and also, not to mention, a lot of people prefer to use Heartbreak or Harley Quinn over Last Laugh Joker with EPI. So that's a little bit of a problem, but it also depends what roster you have. If you don't have Heartbreak or Harley Quinn, you can use Last Laugh Joker with EPI, and you're still going to be doing a good amount of damage. Better than most characters in the entire game. And this character is definitely better in regular raids or leagues, especially if you pair him with Raven. They do a lot of damage, man. So Last Laugh Joker definitely earns his spot in the S tier. Anyways, the next character we're going to look at is going to be Blue Beetle. Look, man, Blue Beetle is a fun character. Well, I mean, he used to be a fun character in my opinion. He does have effects on his basic attacks. He does have effects on every single one of his special abilities. He's got an interesting passive. The only problem with this character really is that I don't really know where I would use the character. Normally, if a character doesn't do a lot of damage in raids, I can kind of find a use for him in arena. I can't really do that with Blue Beetle. Like, there's nothing about him that just really screams a good character for arena. You know what I'm saying? So I would put him in the C tier, but I'm going to put him in the D tier just because he doesn't do a lot of damage. I mean, he could be good in T6, but again, that's really not that impressive. And for arena, I mean, to be honest, I'd rather use Batman Ninja Batman, and a lot of people know how bad that character is. So, yeah, Blue Beetle's going to go in the D tier. The next character we're going to look at is going to be Batman Ninja Robin. This character is for sure going to go in the S tier. He's got a really good passive that helps out Batman Ninja Catwoman. And Batman Ninja Catwoman with the Beta Club is definitely one of the best damage dealing teams out there. So you need Batman Ninja Robin for that. So that's why I'm going to put him in the S tier. Also, I just want to point this out because I do like playing Arena a lot. I mean, I spend more time in Arena than I do in raids. This guy's Special 3 is awesome for Arena. I mean, it does armor pierce and it heals you up from a percentage of the damage. So if you do a lot of damage with a Special 3, which is not going to be hard because it does armor pierce, you're going to heal up instantaneously. I much rather use this character for Arena than Batman Ninja Catwoman. So because of his passive and because I like using him in Arena, he's going to go in the S tier. The next character we're going to look at is going to be Batman Ninja Harley. I'm just going to put her in the C tier. I know a lot of people are going to tell me, I can't win with characters like these, man. Some people tell me to put characters like her in the S tier. Some people tell me to put them in the F tier. And the reason why is because you don't need this character in the battle. You just need her in your roster, right? So it's kind of hard to rate the character because her entire passive revolves her not being in the battle, you know, because she gives bonuses for just being in your roster. So I'm not going to put her in the worst tier. I'm not going to put her in the best tier. I'll just kind of put her in the middle, put her in the C tier. The next character we're going to look at is Cheetah. The next character we're going to look at is Cow Superman. Honest to God, man, I don't really know what to say about this character. I haven't really seen any gameplay about this character for raids. I'm going to put him in the B tier just because I haven't heard or seen him break any records just yet. And since he's a brand new legendary, that's kind of concerning. Normally, when a new character gets released, they're supposed to be the most OP. That's how you keep the game alive, right? And when you have a really OP character like Raven, and you still don't really see that much gameplay with Raven and Cow Superman, that's a little bit alarming. That's telling me that this character might not be the greatest damage dealer in the game. But he is a free legendary character, and he does have a lot of attack if you max him out. So I might be wrong. He might be an A tier character, but for right now, I'm going to put him in the B tier. The next character we're going to look at is going to be Classic Superman. Oh, this could go either way, man. A or B. A or B. Definitely not C. Definitely not S. It's got to be A or B. I'm going to put him in the A. All right, here's why. Defense, if the opponent has a lot of defense, that's bad. That's really bad. Even if you have Shazam, you're still going to be doing low damage because the defense overrides the Shazam passive. Well, not overrides, but it just greatly reduces the Shazam passive. And a lot of people say that Shazam is an A tier character, which I definitely agree. But for those situations where you just got to get rid of defense from the opponent, Classic Superman is just as good. All right, I'm going to say it. Classic Superman is just as good for those specific situations. All right, and those situations are really annoying to be in. So I'm just going to put Classic Superman in the A tier because he reduces defense from the opponent because of his special 2. Also, little bit of a side note, this guy's special 3 has one of the greatest sound effects I've ever heard in my life. All right, and I care a lot about audio. So yeah, this character is going to go in the A tier. Next character is going to be Dark Supergirl. Another character a lot of people like to tell me that she's good, but she... Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Something went in my eye. Alright, so this is another character a lot of people like to tell me is good, and I'm just going to call Cap. Alright? Look, she interrupts special abilities, and she could do critical attack damage for a couple of seconds. The problem is that she doesn't do that much damage. And, I mean, I can't really blame the character because she was one of the first characters added to the game. So she's a little bit nerfed compared to a lot of the brand new characters. But either way, man, that's still, I mean, even after all that, it doesn't matter. She doesn't do a lot of damage. She can interrupt special abilities, big whoop, and do critical attack damage for a little bit. Big whoop. It doesn't do anything if you don't do a lot of critical attack damage. Anyways, the next character we're going to look at is going to be Shazam. Wait, did I just call this character Shazam? My bad, Darkseid. My bad. I'm not stupid. Alright, next character we're going to look at is Darkseid. I don't know if I want to put him A or B. I'm going to put him B, alright? Look, a lot of people are going to tell me this character is a beast of a tank. Oh, he never dies or whatever. Cool. If you want to make your arena matches last 3 minutes. That's not me, baby. I want my arena matches to last 20 seconds tops. You know what I'm saying? You could build this character as a damage dealer. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I just, you know, going through the effort of getting this character because he's legendary and then building him up to be a damage dealer just for arena because he doesn't do a lot of damage in raids seems like a big hassle. If I'm going to be completely honest, I would rather get Aquaman, you know, like he's not going to die either, and he's got armor pierce. So yeah, Darkseid is going to go in the B tier. Not a bad character, fun character for sure, but not as good as everyone says, at least not in my opinion. Emerald Green Lantern, one of my favorite characters in the entire game. Not a hard character to get, he's in the campaign, and he's a really fun character. Basically exactly the same as Atrocitus. Whenever you tag in, you get a buff, and he works for any team in the game. That's pretty much why he's a good character, or a fun character. Fun character. The next character we're going to talk about is Enraged Bane. I'm not wasting my breath on this character. Just don't build him, bro. Just don't build him. He's horrible. He's the second worst character in the game for sure. All right. Next character we're going to talk about is going to be EPI. All right, look, bro. Look. I wanted to put Arkham Knight Batman in the S tier. I really did. All right. I really did. Because he's a good support character. But EPI is better, man. She's better because she obviously makes Heartbreak or Harley Quinn work, right? And even with Raven, you're still going to have EPI with Heartbreak or Harley Quinn. So EPI is going in the S tier because she's a better support character. She's a better support character. I mean, I don't know what else I got to say to that, bro. She's basically what makes the League of Anarchy team, right? And she also heals up her entire team with her basic attack hits or with her dot damage or whatever. But yeah, EPI is definitely the best, one of the best characters in the entire game. Definitely earns her spot in the S tier. Next character we're going to talk about is going to be Firestorm. All right, man. Horrible character. Horrible character. All right. Reduces dot damage. All right. Big whoop. Doesn't do any damage. Trash ass combos. He's horrible. Just don't. Absolute trash character. Definitely going in the F tier. Everyone is putting Firestorm in the F tier. I don't got to explain this. Okay. Let's just move on. Next character we're going to look at is going to be Flora Poison Ivy. Oh. I'm going to put her in the C tier. Look, she could be fun because of her special 2, which is good in arena, but like, bro, she doesn't do a lot of damage, and she also doesn't work for a lot of teams. You just have to have good support characters with her, but like, you can say that about any character, so that's not really special. Her special 2's okay, good in arena if you have the right supports. Again, that could go for anybody, not good for raids, so she's going to go in the C tier. Next character we're going to look at is going to be Batman Ninja Lord Joker. Yeah. This character's got a good special 3. He can do a decent amount of damage in raids. But to be honest, you're going to be using Batman Ninja Catwoman, Batman Ninja Robin, and Batman Ninja Guerrilla Grodd with a Batman Ninja team. This character is not going to fit anywhere in there. Like, not even close. Batman Ninja Catwoman with the Beta Club can probably do more damage than this character in one tick with the Beta Club. You know what I'm saying? So even though this character can kind of do a decent amount of damage, you're just not going to use the team with him. It would just be a complete waste. So because of that, we're going to put him in the C tier. I do like his special 3, though. It's cheap, and it works pretty cool in arena. So I'm just going to sprinkle that in there just to talk a little bit of good about the character. Next character we're going to talk about is going to be Golden Armored Wonder Woman. I don't know, bro. Look, she's a legendary, so she's a pain in the ass, okay? But she also doesn't really stick out in anything, you know? Like, there's nothing really that's like, whoa, about the character, you know? Like, it's more like, whoa, cool, you know? Fuck it, I'm gonna put her in the D tier, bro. She's not. For the struggle to get the character, she's not worth it. She might have a decent amount of passives. They might do a decent amount of work in arena. But just for the effort, I'm gonna put her in the D tier. Next character we're gonna look at is Batman Ninja Batman. Also D tier. Look. This character, bro, kind of gets me mad. All right? Kind of gets me mad just because his passive indicates to me that the developers have never played their fucking game. All right? Why would you want to purposely take critical attack damage? Let me answer that for you. You wouldn't. Nobody would. It's a horrible idea. The armor pierce part, cool. Maybe if that was like a second or third passive, cool. I like that. Because some of the opponents do armor pierce. And it's pretty much, even if you block, you're still going to get the option to do armor pierce back to the opponent. Because you can't block armor pierce. So that part of his passive is cool. But the main part, which is the critical attack damage part, horrible idea. Horrible idea. He's going to die before you even do any damage. So he's definitely going to go in the D tier. Next character is going to be Grid. Oh, here we go, bro. Here we go. You know, I'm going to put him in the C tier. All right? Look. He's an easy character to get. I'll give him that. That's the only reason why he's going in the C tier. I would put him in the D tier myself. He is a good character against the Justice League team, but you also have Nightmare Batman, which is way better. And also, I'm not going to focus on getting one character just to fight one team. However, he's a good character to get for a beginner because he's really easy to get. You can get him off the challenge mode, and you can get him off the campaign. I don't think he's in the arena store anymore, but just because of that, you can unlock the character really, really quickly. But anyways, the next character we're going to look at is going to be Brainiac. This character's come a long way. No cap, this character used to be one of the worst legendaries in the entire game. After he got a refactor, we still kind of made fun of him a little bit, but with the recent gameplay coming out with his special 1, applying buffs to his damage dealer, this guy's definitely one of the best characters in the entire game. One of the best support characters in the entire game. He's also a good support for Black Manta. So that alone is why he should be coming in the A spot. So, and you can also get the character off the challenge mode, which is really cool. Anyways, the next character we're going to talk about is going to be Heartbreak or Harley Quinn. God tier character. God tier character. All right. You pair her up with EPI. You pair her up with Arkham Knight Batman or Raven. You're going to work, bro. 200 million damage, easy. That's with Arkham Knight, by the way. With Raven, maybe just like a billion, maybe like a billion. right? Damage. That's a lot. That alone is why she's going to be coming in the S tier. She does a ridiculously high amount of damage. All right. Next character we're going to look at is going to be Amazon Wonder. I don't know her name, bro. Amazon Wonder Woman. Trash ass character. They literally didn't give us enough time to get her to 5 stars when she came out as a challenge character. Well, it was a daily reward character, right? They got rid of her before we can get her to 5 stars. That alone says enough about this character. Her passive sucks. She has no secret multiplier, and her special abilities are bad. And if you want to promote this character, you got to get prismatic shards. Absolute trash of a character. She's going in the F tier. Captain Cold, equally as bad. If you don't want to take any critical attack damage, just block. You know, just block. That's all you got to do. His entire thing is that all of you guys are going to have, you apply critical attack resistance to the opponent. I don't know, bro. The point is this character can be replaced by simply blocking. All right? So character's bad. He takes forever to get off the arena store, and he's just not worth building. I mean, you can get his drops off of raids, which is cool, but not good enough for me. Hellboy. I'm going to put him in the C tier, all right? If John Stewart Green Lantern didn't exist, I would put him in the B tier. Hellboy is a decent character, depending on who you are. I'm talking to you noobs. If you're a noob and you're kind of struggling on opponents that have hazards on the ground, Hellboy's good. Because normally, the right hazard is dot damage, which Hellboy heals from. However, John Stewart exists, which is far better. He does take dot damage, but at least you won't get power drained. And also, nowadays, with the infinite combo with Dr. Fate, it doesn't matter if you have 0 health and you're all the way on the right side of the map where you're constantly taking dot damage, because you're never going to die from the infinite combo. So, yeah, Hellboy is definitely a good character if you're a beginner, but you grow out of him really, really quickly. Next character we're going to talk about is going to be Johnny Boy Green Lantern. I love this character, man. I really do. Not just because he's a really good support character for certain parts of raids, again, if the opponent has hazards, but also his special 2 is awesome, bro. You guys have seen me use this character a lot in Arena. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of damage with his special 2. It's got armor pierce. If you put some crit damage, it just goes off. Also, some people like to use this character as a damage dealer. I don't recommend it, but he does do a decent amount of damage. So he's for sure a really fun character, and he's a good support character when you really need him in raids. So he's for sure coming in the B tier. Next character is going to be Horrific Scarecrow. Like Emerald Green Lantern and like Atrocitus, Horrific Scarecrow is a good support character that can work for any team out there. That's pretty much the only reason why he's coming in the B tier. Fun support character. You can use him wherever you want. If you don't have all of the best characters for the top 6 teams, I'm sure you can find somewhere where you can fit Horrific Scarecrow as a what's it called? Like as a little bit of a substitute for the character that you don't have. So that's where he's going to be at. Next character is going to be King of Alanis Aquaman. Bro, you already know, man. King is definitely S tier character. All right, for sure. This guy's special 3 does a lot of damage because it takes away percentages of the opponent's health. Nowadays, a lot of opponents have a damage reduction or whatever, where they can't take a specific amount of damage if it's too much. But even then, King of Alanis Aquaman is one of the best characters in the entire game. If you haven't built this character, you don't even got to worry about it. Just use a special 3 and you're good. He also revives and does extra damage after using special abilities because of his passive 1. So this character is definitely he brings a lot to the table. A lot to the table and a lot of damage. So he's coming in the S tier for sure. All right, moving on to the next character, we're going to talk about Justice League Aquaman. Not going to lie, bro, I don't really know where to put this character. It's either A or B. The problem with this character is that he's a good character for the Justice League team, but there's a lot of different ways to go about with the Justice League team. You know what I'm saying? You could use Justice League Aquaman, Justice League Cyborg, Justice League Flash. You could put Flash with Black Manta and change up the Justice League team. You could put Superman in the Justice League team, but then put Batman instead of Justice League Aquaman, because you got to keep Justice League Cyborg. So there's a lot of different areas where Justice League Aquaman can be put in. So because of that, I'm going to put him in the B tier. If Superman didn't exist, I would probably put him in the A tier, just because he would for sure be a character that you had to use with Justice League Cyborg. But it's a little bit of a complicated situation with this character. Anyways, the next character we're going to look at is going to be Justice League Flash. Definitely an A tier character. All right. He's got a lot of versatility. He basically gives his teammates one extra fast attack hit. That works really great for characters that do a lot of basic attack damage, which nowadays applies to a lot of characters. A lot of characters nowadays do a lot of basic attack damage. So because of that, he's going to be coming in the A tier. Next character we're going to look at is going to be Batman and Catwoman. Bro, you already know this character's coming in the S tier. All right. 2 words. Beta Club. All right. Beta Club plus Batman and Catwoman. What? Have you seen the damage that those 2 combinations do? All right. We're talking about like 15 million damage in a second. Right? This character is definitely one of the best damage dealers in the entire game. She's also never going to die because of her immortal passive. She also heals up, can trigger free special 3s, and gain power generation from blocking. Well, blocking the opponent's special abilities. And she also gets power generation from basic attack hits if you have Grodd. Basically, this character can do everything in the game, and she can also do like 20 million damage in 1 second. So this character is really, really good. The next character we're going to talk about is Justice League Batman. I'm gonna put him in the D tier, bro. Look, some people say that he's a good character because if you put Cyborg, you can do a lot of basic attack damage. But Cyborg himself can already do a lot of basic attack damage, so there's no point in having Batman. Also, Batman's passive sucks ass. His special abilities are terrible, and he doesn't do any damage. So I'm gonna put him in the D tier. You could say that you could use this character with Cyborg and Superman in the Justice League team, but I don't feel like that's enough. You know, you can use any Batman. This character doesn't bring anything to the table for the Justice League team. So you could just use any Batman and you really wouldn't tell the difference. The next character we're going to look at is Justice League Cyborg. I'm going to put him in the A tier. I would have put him in the S tier because he's definitely one of the best supports / damage dealers in the game, especially for speedrunning Arena, because you can just kill opponents in like 5 seconds. But the problem is that because of the brand new characters coming out like Raiden, and because of the Beta Club working so good with Batman and Catwoman, Heartbreak or Harley Quinn doing 1 billion damage, King of Alanis Aquaman doing 200 million damage in 1 special 3, whatever the fuck, he just cannot compete with those characters. You know, he does a lot of basic attack damage, I'll give it to him, but he's just nowhere near Heartbreak or Harley Quinn, King, or Catwoman, or Raven, or Last Live Joker, you know? So I'm going to put Cyborg in the A tier for sure. Same thing is going to go for the for Superman. Justice League Superman is a good character. He's a legendary, which is kind of a pain in the ass to get. You also got to get his gears, which is also a pain in the ass to get. But even if he was an easy character to get, I would still put him in A tier for the same reasons as Cyborg. You know, they're good. They're just not that good for the characters coming out nowadays and for the builds coming out nowadays for certain teams. Anyways, the next character we're going to talk about is going to be Martian Manhunter. I'm going to put him in the C tier, bro. Look, I like his passive where he generates health when being tagged out. I feel like he could do a decent amount of damage. I feel like he's kind of okay in Arena, especially with his special 2, because you can do link damage, which is great. But he's not going to do a lot of damage in raids. You're not going to break any records. He's a hard to get character because he's legendary, so it's not really that worth it. And there's no specific build for this character. I mean, you can build him as a damage dealer or a tank. Either way, he's not going to be the greatest at anything. I mean, I guess he would be a good tank because you can tag him out and heal up. But if you have a good tank like Shazam, you're not going to be dying anyways. So I'm just going to put him in the C tier just because he's kind of like a wonky character. He doesn't really know what he wants to do, you know? Anyways, the next character we're going to look at is going to be Catwoman. Silver Catwoman. The only reason why I'm not putting this character in the F tier is because most people, 99% of people, are just going to put her in operations, right? So it's kind of like a Batman Ninja Harley Quinn. You don't need her in the battle. That's not her point. Her point is to be off doing something else in another game mode where you don't have to use her. So I'm just going to put Catwoman in the C tier because at least she gives you a little bit more credits in operations, which you have to add characters in operations anyways. Might as well add Catwoman. Oh, I thought this was Silver Catwoman. Either way, I'm going to put Silver Catwoman exactly in the same spot because of exactly the same reason, because she does exactly the same thing as Gold Catwoman. Anyways, The next character we're going to look at is going to be Multiverse Armored Supergirl. Bro, I love this character. I really, really love this character. Especially if you want to get a lot of points in Arena, because you could just decimate any opponent with one special 3, okay? And I know a lot of you guys don't care about Arena, so let me talk about raids. She's also a really good character in raids. Really good synergy with the Multiverse team, which I love, and does a decent amount of damage. Not going to be breaking records, right? But she does do a decent amount of damage. I think she does a little bit more than Cyborg, but either way, she's more diverse than Cyborg, especially for Arena, because again, you can just kill anybody in a blink of an eye with a special 3. So this character is definitely S tier because of the damage and the versatility. Next character we're going to look at is going to be Black Lightning. Fighting this character is annoying, man, because of his special 2. Really, really annoying. But again, the Multiverse team has really good synergy, so I'm going to put him in the B tier because you could probably make a lot of fun teams with this character. Next character we're going to talk about is going to be Guerrilla Grodd. One of the most essential characters in the game for the Batman Ninja team, for sure. You cannot have a Batman Ninja team without Batman Ninja Guerrilla Grodd. You can also get Batman Ninja Guerrilla Grodd for free off of the challenge mode. So this character is for sure goated as fuck. Alright, he really, really is. He's one of the best support characters in the entire game because he lets the Batman Ninja team take away defense from the opponent, and I think you do a little bit extra damage, and you get power generation from basics. So this character overall is an amazing character. The next character we're going to talk about is going to be Blade Master Robin. D tier character. He's a noob character. In other words, he's a character you're going to get when you're a noob. Not the greatest combo builder in the game. He's decent. Nothing really else to say about the character. Next character we're going to talk about is going to be Batman Ninja Catwoman. I'm sorry. Not Batman Ninja Catwoman. Multiverse Batgirl. I'm going to put her in the C tier just because I really do feel like she's one of the worst characters in the Multiverse team. The fact that she doesn't apply extra damage from her passive to the entire team, only to herself, kind of sucks. Because she would have been really good to pair up with Multiverse Armored Supergirl. But they just decided to kind of screw around with the character a little bit too much. So I'm going to put her in the C tier. Next character we're going to talk about is going to be Classic Batman. I was going to say Batman Ninja Batman. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Batman Ninja whatever. Next character we're going to talk about is Classic Batman. Again, another character you don't need to have in the battle. Just have him in your roster and you're going to be fine. Next character is going to be Multiverse Captain Cold. Same exact reason why he's coming in the B tier as Black Lightning. The Multiverse team has good synergy. Captain Cold is a fun character to use with the Multiverse team if you're going to fight opponents that have a lot of basic attack damage. The next character I'm going to talk about is Multiverse Green Arrow. Exactly the same reason. He's a good character, good synergy with the Multiverse team, and he does give you a little bit of extra damage with your special 3, so he's a little bit more usable in raids than, let's say, Black Lightning or Multiverse Captain Cold. The next character we're going to talk about is going to be Nightmare Batman. A lot of people like the fact that he can reflect basic attack hits. It's good for the Just League team, good for opponents that do a lot of basic attack damage. But if I'm going to be honest, I've never once thought to myself, I would have won that battle if I had Nightmare Batman. Not one time. Not one time. He also doesn't do a lot of damage. He can be a good tank. But this character just doesn't really have that much to offer. And nothing that I can't get from another character like Darkseid. Or even Atrocitus. Atrocitus has a reflective shield too. So there you go. Multiverse Supergirl is going to be coming in the B tier for the exact same reasons as all the other Multiverse characters coming in the B tier. Good synergy, really good tank as well. Next character I'm going to talk about is going to be Multiverse the Flash. He's definitely going to go in the A tier. He's a Multiverse character. Unlike most of the Multiverse characters right here in the B tier, Multiverse Flash is essential to have him with Multiverse Armored Supergirl because he gives her a lot of critical attack damage and a lot of critical attack chance. So he's definitely one of the biggest reasons as to why Supergirl does so much damage. So he's definitely more critical of a character than let's say Supergirl or something like that. Well, sorry, Multiverse Supergirl, not Armored Supergirl. Armored Supergirl is definitely essential. Regular Supergirl is not as much. Next character is going to be White Canary. Really cool for Arena because you can use free special ones, which allows you to do a lot of damage with Multiverse Armored Supergirl. But nothing that really sticks out for raids or anything like that. Pretty much like every other Multiverse character, she just has good synergy with the Multiverse team. All right, the next character we're going to talk about is going to be Mythic Wonder Woman. I'm going to put her in the B tier. I don't think she's as good of a character as most people say, but she does have a reflective shield, and she does have a really nice special one, and she does work good with the Just League team. The only problem is that there's far better characters to use with the Just League team, like Cyborg, Aquaman, Flash, and Superman. So, you know, she kind of falls a little bit short. She also doesn't do as much damage as most people claim she does, or like, a lot of people like to act like she breaks records or whatever, and she just doesn't, right? She's like a average character. She's an average type of character. Especially when you have really good support characters like Just League Cyborg, it's not as impressive. So she's going to go in the B tier. Next character is going to be Nightwing. Really fun character to use. You can use him with any team you want, and he's got a lot of versatility with his special abilities. So definitely a B tier character, and also a really good tank. Next character is going to be Predator Batman. Predator Batman overall is a really good character. Some people like to use him with Silver Banshee. Most people use Reverse Flash. So there's really not that much use for him in raids, unless you don't have Arkham Knight Batman and you want to use him with Heartbreak or Harley Quinn to stun. But even then, he's not as good as Arkham Knight Batman because he can't stun any boss in the entire game. So Predator Batman is a good character if you don't have some of the specific better characters to use for some other teams. He's a good alternative. On top of that, he also has a really good special one and a really good passive for Arena. So that's one thing I really do admire about this character. And also, just throwing it out there, he's one of the coolest looking characters in the game. So I just wanted to say that Predator Batman is coming in the B tier. Next character is going to be Power Girl. One of the best support characters in the entire game. She reduces your special ability cost by 2, which is really, really good. Really, really nice for a lot of really good teams like Silver Banshee. And yeah, I mean, she's pretty much the definition of just keeping it simple. That's all she does. She has a good support. That's it. That's the only reason why you want this character. So I think that's really, really great about the character. You can also have an infinite combo, I think, with her special 2 and special 3. And I feel like she does a decent amount of damage, but overall, she's just really good because of her passive. Next character is going to be Powered Supergirl. Not Power Supergirl. Wait, not Power Girl. Powered Supergirl. Yeah, there's a difference. These two characters kind of sound the same, but they're different, all right? Anyways, this character is going to go in the D tier, all right? Look, she can trigger free special ones with her basics if she gets crits, but she doesn't do that much damage, so it's really not that worth it. And also, in Arena, a lot of people have a lot of critical attack resistance, so that's not going to be as good. And if you do want to use your free special one, it takes up a lot of time, so it's not that good for raids since you're not going to be doing a lot of damage. It's really time wasting, so she's going to be coming in the D tier. Next character is going to be Daddy Swamp Thing. Definitely S tier, all right? We should have made it his own category. This character is amazing. Fast character, does a lot of damage. I'm just playing, he's trash. Next character we're going to talk about is going to be Raiden. I'm going to put him in the C tier. Look, I'm really biased with Raiden. I like Raiden. He's a good character. The only problem is that he doesn't really have that much use, if I'm going to be honest. I like his special 3 because it does a lot of splash damage, all right? Really, really good if you want to go up against the Batman Ninja team. But he doesn't do a lot of damage in raids. And he doesn't do as much damage as a lot of characters in Arena. If his special 3 did armor pierce, I would put him in the B tier, all right? Because he would be demolishing legendary teams. But because of Darkseid's bubble, he doesn't demolish legendary teams as easily as you think he would, even with a really strong special 3. Trust me, I've tested it out. So I'm going to put him in the C tier for right now. Next character we're going to talk about is going to be Raven. You know what, bro? Absolute Chad of a character, all right? I don't know if we call women Chads. What should we call her? A Wad? She's a Wad. She's a Wad, all right? She does so many things with a basic passive, all right? And when I say so many things, I'm just saying she does one really good thing. She helps her team do a lot of damage, all right? With that darkness buff from her passive 1, you're doing like 10 times more damage than you normally would if you didn't have Raven. That's how good of a character she is. You put her with Heartbreak or Harley Quinn, boom, 1 billion. Billion. Let me say that one more time. Not million, billion damage. with Heartbreak or Harley Quinn and Raven. So, and it's all thanks to Raven's passive, to be honest, because she multiplies the damage by so much. Without Raven, I think Heartbreaker can do like 200 million. With Raven, you jump up to 1 billion, right? So Raven is for sure a wad of a character, absolute beast of a character, and I've regretted spending money on a lot of things in this game, not Raven. And she's only 3 stars for me right now, and I don't regret buying this character at all. Definitely a wad of a character. Next character is going to be Red Hood. Only reason why he's coming in the B tier is because he's good with the multiverse team for raids, right? That's it. Aside from that, this character's trash. He adds a little bit more time to the timer, which works in raids, but aside from that, he's just trash. Doesn't do a lot of damage, and aside from that little passive that he has, he's not a good support character at all. So he's coming in the B tier. Next character we're going to talk about is going to be Silver Aquaman. He's a silver character, which is going to suck to build, but I have seen him do a lot of damage in raids for T6. Again, not that impressive, but at least he can do a little bit more than most silver characters. Next character we're going to talk about is going to be Sonic Black Canary. Wait, is this one Sonic Black Canary, bro? You know, fuck it. I don't know which one of these is the gold. I don't really care. They're both equally trash. Sonic, whichever one of these is Sonic Black Canary, eat a dick, all right? You are such a bad character. Easily the worst character in the whole game. Her buff goes away before you can use it. You know? Like, she disables block from the opponent or some shit. I don't even care. And let's move on. Let's move on. She's useless. She's a nerf of Enraged Bane. And Enraged Bane is the second worst character in the game. Let's move on. Silver Banshee. Oh yeah, bro. Wad. She's a wad. She's a woman Chad. A wad. She does a lot of damage, man. A lot of damage. And she's an easy character to get from the challenge mode. And you can get her gears. Overall, beast of a character. And if you want to get her team as well, Powered Supergirl is easy to get. And Reverse Flash is easy to get. So there you go. Building this character should not be a problem at all. And you could do 3 million damage with one special 3. So there you go. Next character is going to be Batman. Again, like I said, I think Bane is better than Batman. Well, you know, I don't think he's better. He is better. His passive is better, and he does, I think, an equal amount of damage. Kind of like the equal amount of damage. Batman can take out T6 bosses, depending on who you're fighting. But again, it's not impressive. You're still going to have to build the character because he's silver, and his passive is not as good as Bane's. So he's going to be coming in the C tier. Next character is going to be Cyborg. I love Cyborg. He does a lot of damage for a silver character, and he never dies, right? That's kind of like a mini version of Martian Manhunter, just way easier to get. So I'm going to put Cyborg in the B tier. I really like this character. Next character is going to be Dr. Fate. Definitely a S tier character. The only reason why he's coming higher than Power Girl, even though they have the exact same passive, because he reduces special ability cost by 2 power bars, is because he can do an infinite combo, and he also reduces defense from the opponent. So you could do a little bit more damage. So Silver Dr. Fate is definitely coming up here. The next character we're going to talk about is going to be Deadshot. Trash character. He's a trash can, bro. I'm going to put him in the D tier. He does more damage than a lot of silver characters do. I have seen gameplay of that. But his passives are just really, really bad. And again, T6 is not impressive. He's coming in the D tier for sure. Next character we're going to look at is going to be Black Manta. Absolute Chad. Really good character. Only problem is that he's a hard character to get because he's a legendary and his swords are really, really rare. And also getting his gears is going to be a pain. However, once you have him set up, you're going to be doing a decent amount of damage. He combo interrupts. If you combo interrupt, you're going to be doing a lot of damage. He's just really, really great. And because he does basic attack hits, he's really versatile, you know? So I think that's really, really good with this character. Also, if you want to get Flash, which is what most people like to pair him with Black Manta, he's not a hard character to get. And also Brainiac is not a hard character to get if you want to use him with Black Manta. So overall, Black Manta is an absolute Chad. Next character we're going to talk about is Speed Force the Flash. Oh, a lot of people tell me this character is good. No, he's not. Okay? No, he's not. So what? You can evade when you swipe. Good for you. I have the fucking father box. You know what I'm saying? That can work for any character in the game if I apply it to them. Speed Force the Flash is not a good character. If he had 3 fast attack hits, cool. I would give it to him. But he doesn't. He just kind of evades range attacks and, I don't know, other swipe attacks from the opponent if you swipe. I don't know why people are so fascinated with this character. He just doesn't really do that much if you really think about it. Anyways, next character is going to... Oh, my bad. Next character is going to be Green Arrow. Not going to lie, I don't really know that much about this character. He can power drain, which is really cool. I feel like he can do a decent amount of damage for a silver character. I feel like I've seen gameplay of him before, but he's still going to go in the D tier just because he's going to be hard to get. I'm sorry, hard to build, and he's not going to be doing that much damage. Grodd, trash character. He's got reflective shield. I don't care. I don't care that he's got a reflective. A lot of characters have reflectives. This guy's just pure trash. All right, pure trash. Same thing with telekinetic Guerrilla Grodd. One of the worst gold characters in the entire game. The only good thing about him is that his gears drop from ray drops, and he's got a reflective shield. Aside from that, absolute negative F tier character. He's horrible. Next character is going to be Silver Green Lantern. Really fun character to use, not going to lie. His special 3 is a minigun, which looks really, really cool and does a decent amount of damage. And also, if you want to pair him up with Black Manta in Arena with Brainiac, you're going to have a lot of fun because you could just continuously use basic attack hits with Black Manta because Green Lantern has a really fun passive that makes it so that you kind of have a barrier for 25% of your health where the opponent, whatever the opponent does, is not going to affect you. So I think that's really, really cool. Next character is going to be Harley Quinn. F tier character, absolutely no use for this character. She does a decent amount of damage. I'll put her in the D tier, whatever, you know, just to make some people happy. Next character we're going to talk about is going to be Silver Robin. Decent combo builder. I think he's technically the best combo builder in the game if you max him out. In other words, if you give him a lot of fast attack and you put Just League Flash. However, no one's going to put Just League Flash with this character because it would be a waste. So because of that, he's going to come in the C tier. And by the way, the reason why he's the best combo builder in the game is just because I think he can get up to like 6 fast attack hits. How much is it? 4? I think he can get up to like 5 fast attack hits. Martian Manhunter can also do that, but whatever. The point is, you're not really going to be doing that in a practical manner in a real game. So Robin is going to be coming in the C tier. Next character we're going to talk about is going to be this Chad Shazam. For sure a S tier character. One of the best support characters in the entire game. He's also a really simple character. Kind of reminds me of Power Girl. He just gives Arcane and Might teammates a lot more attack. 100% attack. And he can heal up the entire team. So Shazam is definitely S tier character. Next character we're going to talk about is Silver Scarecrow. Does a decent amount of damage for a silver character. Hard to build character because he's silver. And that's about it. Next character we're going to talk about is going to be Soul Stealer Dr. Fate. Oh, this character was kind of supposed to be like Raven from Injustice 1, but he just did not come out that way at all. He's a way, way, way nerfed character from Injustice 1. Well, he's a way nerfed version of Raven from Injustice 1. So he's going to be going down in the D tier. He's got nothing going on for him for raids. He could do a decent amount of damage. His passive sucks for Arena. And even if he did work like Raven from Injustice 1, it would still be useless in raids. So this character is coming in the D tier for right now. Next character we're going to look at is going to be Suicide Squad Deadshot. Absolute garbage can of a character, man. There's no use for this character at all. One of his special abilities has a chance of armor pierce. Why? Character, Johnny Boy, my boy Johnny, has guaranteed armor pierce every single time I use that special too. This Deadshot has a chance at armor pierce. I don't know why, but he's just going to be a trash character coming in the D tier. All right. Next character is going to be Enchantress. D tier character. Does a decent amount of damage, but she's a legendary, so what do you expect? Good tank, but she's a legendary. What do you expect? And a hard character to get. She's a legendary. What do you expect? She doesn't do a lot of damage, which is kind of unfortunate, so that's why she's going to be coming in the D tier. Same exact thing goes for Harley Quinn. Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. Every time I read her passives, I have a fucking stroke. All right? She has so many different passives, but does nothing. D tier character for sure. She's coming in the D tier. Next character is going to be Silver Superman. Good character for a silver. Good tank. Yeah, I'm going to put him right here. I think he's a little bit better than Armored Superman, just because he also gets extra defense, not as much. He has a reflective shield, and he can also ignore basic attack hits. So I feel like he's a little bit better than Armored Superman, but they're still kind of like same shit tier characters. I'm going to put them in the C tier. Next character, Swamp Thing. Trash character. He heals up from his special abilities, but it's a tiny little hazard in the map. So, like, you're not going to be healing up at all. Hard to build character because he's a silver. Absolute useless. He doesn't do a lot of damage either. Starfire, good tank. That's about it. There's really nothing else to say about the character. Flash does a good amount of damage for a silver character. Really cool artwork. Aside from that, he has absolutely no use in the game. Silver Joker. Even worse of a character. He stuns the opponent when he dies. He doesn't do a lot of damage, which is useless in raids and practically useless in arena. So he's going to be coming in the F tier. Sub-Zero. I'm going to put him in the C tier because a lot of people like to use Sub-Zero. I don't like Sub-Zero. Look, I don't care about cloning the opponent with my Special 3. All I want to do is grind and speedrun arena. I do not care at all about cloning the opponent's character. I don't care about that at all, right? I'm going to be getting a shitty version of my character and a shitty version of the opponent's character when I could just be using Heartbreak or Harley Quinn or Multiverse Armored Supergirl or Johnny or Darkseid or Cyborg. You know, these characters are just or Superman even. These characters are just far better to use than just trying to get a clone of the enemy. Next character we're going to look at is Wonder Woman. Trash character. Doesn't do a lot of damage. Silver character, so she's hard to build. Absolute trash. The next character we're going to talk about is going to be Reverse Flash. I'm going to put him in the A tier just because he does support Silver Banshee. And he's a really good combo builder because he has 3 fast attack hits. But his passive is a little bit wonky. It's really not needed, to be honest. And if it wasn't for Silver Banshee, he probably wouldn't be in the A tier. I most likely would have put this character in the B tier. But for right now, he's going to come in the A tier. Next character we're going to look at is Unhinged Harley Quinn. She's a worse version of Sub-Zero, pretty much. You're going to clone the enemy once you kill them, which for arena is only going to happen 2 times. At least with Sub-Zero, you can continuously do it. And he's also pretty good to use with Last Life Joker. Or fun. I shouldn't say pretty good. He's a fun character to use with Last Life Joker if you want to keep cloning the enemy. But Unhinged Harley Quinn has no use at all in raids. And she's barely usable in arena. So she's going to be coming in the trash tier. Next character we're going to look at is going to be Warrior Queen Wonder Woman. I'm going to put her in the B tier, even though she probably doesn't deserve it. I don't like her passive. I think it's really, really bad. But her special 1 does a decent amount of damage, kind of like Mythic Wonder Woman. She has a reflective shield, and she's an easy character to get. Plus, I feel like I get her raid drops really, really frequently. So she's a decent character to build, especially compared to all of these other characters. So yeah, she's going to be in the B tier for sure. Last but not least, wow, I did not do this on purpose, but the last character I'm going to rank is going to be the first gold character that I got in the game. Absolute F tier character for sure. Look, he revives. That's it. That's all he does. He revives after being killed. Cool. He doesn't do a lot of damage. And he's not worth building. So he's coming in the F tier, bro. Bad damage, bad passive, absolute bad character. Anyways, guys, I think this is a pretty good tier list for the way that I feel about some of these characters. I probably ranked too many characters in the B tier, but that's just because I really do value arena a little bit more than most people do. I like playing arena. I like messing around and coming up with new teams, so I do value some of these support characters like Atrocitus and Emerald Green Lantern more than I think some people do. But anyways, I think this is a pretty good tier list. Let me just go back and let me just skim through the tier list, make sure that I'm not accidentally misplacing some of these characters. Yeah. We should be good. This is a good tier list right here. Anyways, guys, I just want to say I'm sorry if I started talking really, really fast all of a sudden throughout the video. my throat just really started hurting as I was making this ranking. And also, trying to explain all these characters really fast so the video isn't 5 hours long is really difficult, you know? So I just kind of did my best. But anyways, if you guys want to make your own tier list, go for it, man. This link right here is really, it pretty much does all the work for you, to be honest. And I would be really curious to see where you guys would rank some of your characters. But with that being said, hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe and stay clean. And I'll see you guys later. Thank you very much for watching.